CP, what is good? All right, so today we really focused on how do you turn your knowledge from what you already know into a pen business? How does that really work? Right? Maybe you feel like, yo, I have so much knowledge. I got a ton of ideas. I know a ton of people that I can help, but I'm not sure on where do I need to start. You ever felt like, I love the coach, but are people going to listen to me? What would be the first steps of how I'll even get this going? um you know do I have everything that I need to even get started and get going? Like, what do I need? So I see a lot of people, because we see about I want to say anywhere between 1,000 to 2,000 people every single year, in terms of like, and that's just personal conversations. I'm not even talking live events and all this other stuff that we do, trainings. I'm talking about one-on-one personal, like basically like strategy calls. At least 1,000 people a year. And we get a lot of people that are like, yo, I have all of these ideas, but I'm trying to figure out what my niche should be. I'm trying to figure out where should I even start? Like, what's the blueprint? So today we demystifying that. All right. And so that's what we're gonna do. So here's what we're gonna be covering today. One, we're going to be covering how to be a great coach without needing any fancy certificates or certifications. A lot of people think you need that. Do you need it? We're going to cover it. Second, we're going to focus on why you already know enough to be a coach. Very important, right? Why do you know enough? And then number three, we're going to focus on how to get coaching clients without having a big social media following, right? Is that even necessary? Let's find out. We're gonna find out today. You're gonna have a chance to leverage my last 12 years of experience in business. Well, at this point, 13 years of experience in business, and this is my official 10th year coaching and speaking. So you have the great benefit of being able to learn from my expertise in that way. All right, so let's kind of jump in now. This topic is has been important because I had a conversation recently, and somebody was like, I really want to be able to help people, but I don't even know where to start. Like, should I even start? Should I do some more research first? Oh, you know what? Maybe I should go get my LLC first. Maybe I should go create the website first. And they was trying to do all of these other things before actually starting. So because it's like, I just want to feel good that I'm doing something, right? And I get it. That was me wanting to do things that I felt like was going to make me feel like it was going to make me feel like I was doing something. But at the end of the day, there is a such thing as busy work. And our goal is, we don't just want to be doing busy work. We want to be doing the right type of work that's going to get us to where we want to go. So I started breaking down to where, and I said, look, this is actually what we need to focus on. There's certain things like, the LLC and a business bank account. There's certain things that we want to do. I said, but however, we don't have anything coming in yet. So let's focus on the actual plan on what needs to happen. Let's start getting some momentum, and then you can focus on all of the, other technical things as you start to make money. Right. So that's kind of what prompted me to even want to do this, because I'm like, I wonder if I know there's a lot of people that's in our community that's trying to figure this out. So let's go through the first one, right? First is how to be a great coach without needing a fancy certificate. So understand this point, that it's not about the certificates, it's not about the certifications, it's not about the degrees, it's not about any of that. Does it help? Yes. Is it about that? No. People are paying for results. Period. Write it down, underline it, circle it. People are paying for results. I don't care how many degrees or certifications you have. If you cannot show people that you can help get them the result, they're going to be less likely to want to work with you. And that's just what it is, bottom line. Now, there's many different ways you can do that, but people need to know that, because there was a point in time where I've even for me, like, when I started, I thought I needed to have the fancy certifications and this, and I'm like, oh, I got these are all the things that I need to be able to help people. And then I realized as time went on, I'm like, yo, but I'm seeing this person getting clients, but they don't have a degree. I'm seeing this person getting clients, but they don't have certifications. And it made me realize, like, hold on, like, what do people actually really paying for? Are they paying for something that sounds good, or are they paying for the confidence to feel like they can actually get the help that they're looking for. And that was one of the things that made me realize, like, oh, you don't have to. Now, I do have certifications and things of programs I've joined, but I don't even tell people about it, to be honest with you. And I don't tell people about it because it's just like, I've been doing this for so long that I much rather let my work speak. I much rather let the testimonials that I have speak. Like, because those are the things that actually matter. Those are the things that matter. It's not going to be it's not going to be because you got some sheet of paper and you went through some program. You could get on a call with somebody, have a conversation and say, look, I got this certification. I got this degree from this school. I went through this program and you're going to put these things up and people are going to say, all right, cool. That sounds good. But how are you going to get me results though? Right? They still want to know how you're going to get them results. So I would much rather have you, instead of you feeling like you got to go and get a PhD or your master's degree and, you got to go through all these certification programs. Instead of you feeling like that, I would much rather have you put your energy and time into actually getting people results. Show me, if you gave me 2 people and you said, all right, which one of these people do you think is going to be able to build their business faster, get clients and make sales? Person A that has a certification and they went through a program that says, you can help me, jeez, right? Or person B that has got 10 people results, the exact person that's just like them, that's in the exact situation that they're currently in right now. You got 10 people results. People who've been coming through your program. You got 10 testimonials. Is it the 10 testimonials with the person without a fancy degree, without a fancy certification? Or is it going to be the person with a certification but 0 results to show for it? Who are you going to go with? I'm going with the person that has the track record, because you've already demonstrated that you can help people that are in my situation. So focus on that. Focus on that. That's no different than like, oh, I was talking about, I've been on the news. Okay, great. I'm not, and by the way, I'm not demeaning any of this, because PR and all of this stuff is good too, right? But at the end of the day, the strongest form of proof is social proof, and that's testimonials of people that you actually helped. Period. No discussion. In the discussion, everything else is icing on the cake. So don't feel like you got to run to school and go back and spend tens of thousands of dollars on the degree. Don't feel like you have to go through and take these big giant certification programs and do that, which, by the way, we do certify folks, but it's more about you getting results. Like you'll realize that if we have the pleasure of working together one day, that I'm going to really be focused on you meeting your ideal clientele. And I'm really going to be focused on you getting them results. Right. I'm key on that, especially if you're just starting, which I know a lot of us who are watching this right now probably are. Like, I'm going to be really big on you getting people results, because that is going to be your marketing campaign. All right. And it's not going to be the big fancy degrees and all of that. To be real, I just started telling people, actually, I was a program that I went through, a mastermind that I was in. He was like, yo, Terrell, you got these degrees. Like, you can talk about your project management experience, right? Because, building a business is project management. I could talk about, I have my degrees right here. Like, I could talk about that, and I mention my degrees and things of that nature, time to time. And, I might mention the certification time to time, but that I already know that that's not the biggest thing that's going to change the game. Who have you helped? Who have you got results for? That's what's going to change the game. And I don't care how many degrees and certifications you got. If you cannot tell me somebody that you've got from A to Z, and this is what you're promising, and this is what you want people to pay for, you're gonna always struggle until you start getting people results. All right. So that's the first thing. Second is why you already know enough to be a coach. That's really key. Why do you already know enough to be a coach? Right. So this kind of goes back to the similar thing, but what I talked about before. But mostly, here's the thing, right? You already know enough because you just need to be a couple steps ahead of the next person. So I get people who they'll come and they'll say, man, am I even qualified to help people? I don't really know if I can help, or are they going to listen to me? Are they going to want to pay me? Is it, and they have a level of anxiety and fear around, are people going to listen to them? Here's the thing. It's our job to clearly be able to share with people how we're a couple steps ahead. it's going to fall on the right ears. If it falls on the ears of people who already passed the level of experience you have, or they've already solved the problem, great. There's a lot of people, there's coaches right now that are making 7, 8, and 9 figures, right? And maybe they've already passed the stage of starting a business. They've already passed the stage of making 5 figures a month. They've already passed that. So, okay, great. I'm not worried about those people. I used to be worried about that. Like, oh man, are people going to listen to me? What can I, can I really help people? I remember when I really started understanding this is, I remember I was doing a webinar, and at this time, this was like freeconferencecall.com, right? Some of y'all noticed this was like before Zoom got popular, because of the pandemic. It was free conference call. So I remember I'm doing this. I set up this training, right? I'm like, yo, this is gonna be crazy. This is the time Beyonce had she was on the run tour, right? And I had this one ticket, and I'm like, yo, everybody's gonna love this. Everybody's gonna want to show up, and minimum at least want to get this free ticket to the concert. So the time starts, nobody shows up. 5 minutes, nobody. 10 minutes, oh my God, this is a failure. 15 minutes in, this one lady strolls on, and I'm like, damn, I guess I gotta really do this now because somebody showed up. I can't just like not help. So I start doing the training, and I'm helping. We get to the end, and she's really the only person on. So I'm like, okay, who wants to be on? Who's gonna win the ticket? I say the name. She goes crazy. Oh my God, I won the ticket, right? And then she started telling me some of the things that she took away from the training that I gave. And I remember having 2 feelings in that moment. One feeling, I felt good. I'm like, wow, like somebody actually like is listening to me. Somebody actually is learning from me. Wow, this is amazing. But I was also pissed off because I'm like, hold on. If there's one that's like this, I know there's other people that are in this exact situation that I can help. And I was pissed off that I didn't know how to run business in order to be able to find more people like that. So that's when I went on a mission and really started taking the business side of it serious, and start really focusing more and trying to figure out and get through the trainings. And I'm like, hold on, like, let me start buying courses and getting coaches. And this is when I really started learning that, because I'm like, I need to learn more about the business side of it. But it was that experience that made me realize that what I had was important. And all you need to be is a couple steps ahead. So I'm like, okay, long as I know this, maybe you don't know step 1 through 10, but maybe you've already got a good handle on step 1 through 3. Okay, great. Guess what? You got people at 0, 1, and 2 that you can still help. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you still got people in those scenarios that you can help. So that's how you need to look at it. And then as your experience level and your expertise grows, then guess what? Maybe in a few months, maybe you're at level 4 because you take it serious. Maybe in the next year, you jump from level 3 to level 6 in a year. So now you've been learning a lot. So guess what? I can help everybody from 0 through 5. You see what I'm saying? So these are the things that can happen, but you have to have enough belief in yourself to say, I've achieved a couple things, and I'm not worried about the people that are ahead of that. I'm focused on the people that's behind me that need to get the help. All right, make sense? All right. So that's number 2. Number 3, step number 3 that we're focused on, right? Tip number 3 is how to get coaching clients. How to get coaching clients without a big social following. So here's the thing, right? When we're talking about a social media following, you don't have to have a big giant audience, right? You just need to make sure that you have a messaging that's tight enough in order to attract the ideal audience that you want to attract. That's the reason why niching is so important, because I can make more of an impact and get more clients than you. You can have a huge following and not be monetizing it, versus I get less engagement than you, but my audience is more in tune because what I'm talking about is exactly relevant to that audience. And I mean, it always gets proven every year. Last year, I had about, I want to say 3 or 4 posts that went viral. I got millions of views, like anywhere between like 2 million to like 9 million views on a few posts that I put up last year. Guess how many clients I got from all of those posts combined? Donut. Zero. You're like, man, how you get all these millions of views, but you don't get not one client? Because it's not about the views. It's not about the even the engagement on it. All of them had hundreds and thousands of comments on it. How did I not get clients? Because the posts were more entertainment posts. These wasn't posts of people that had the problem that I needed to solve. So I put up posts before that got, instead of millions of views, I've got posts that got, that got tens of likes, maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 likes on it. Right. And guess what? And have gotten people who have inquired about our services and had gotten clients off that. Right. I've gotten clients off of posts that I put up that showed exactly the results that people have gotten. And those are not the posts that get the most likes and the most views, because not everybody has that problem to solve. But the right people who see that, they like, yo, it's my boy right here. He can help me out. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not about having a big following. I was consulting a guy last year, got way more followers than me. I mean, at the time that I'm doing this training, I got about 20,000 Instagram followers. I got a guy that I was consulting with last year who he had 500,000 followers and asking me about how to monetize and what he should do. You see what I'm saying? He got way more followers, but it's not about the followers. It's about having the right message for the right type of following. When you have that, then people are going to feel like, okay, you can help me. Versus it looks good, but you don't have no plan. There's no system for how to monetize it. You have no customer journey. You don't really know how you're going to take this and monetize it. Like, all of that makes a difference. So don't get caught up in the vanity metrics. Don't get caught up in the followers. Don't get caught up in the likes. Don't get caught up in none of that. Don't get caught up in any of it. I got I had a team. There was a particular team that I had years ago that they didn't follow my advice. It's like in terms of some of the organic things we were doing, and I ended up getting shadow banned on Instagram. So it really like killed my engagement. So I don't even have the amount of engagement that I should have for the amount of followers that I have. So the question is like, man, so the engagement is been messed up for years. Well, how are you growing a business? Because it's not about the followers and about the likes. Again, it's about having messaging that resonates with your audience. And when they see that, that's what's gonna make them feel confident that you can actually help them. And then at some point, as we continue to grow and get bigger, and I get on bigger stages and I do other things, I already know that I'm gonna win with that. So I'm not even focused on that right now. Right? I'm focused on putting out the content that my audience needs to see and making sure that it resonates with them, and make sure that the right people that need the help see it, and that we have a process for engaging in those conversations, really understanding what they're going through, and then showing them how we can help. And a certain percentage of those people will want to move forward because they're serious about getting the help. And that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. All right. So if you really love this, go ahead and put love this. Go ahead and drop your biggest takeaway. This is something that I'm giving you about a decade of experience being in this industry of what I learned about growing and building this. If you need some help and okay, I'm going to have a conversation. I feel good, Coach T, about starting this. Go ahead and put Coach Me below. Go ahead and put Coach Me below in the comments. And then what I'll do is I'll look at my calendar. I'll put a couple minutes aside for you and then see what we can do to really help you out in terms of you being able to build and grow this coaching business. This is the time to start. Don't give yourself the excuse on why you can't do it, why it's not the right time, why you got to wait on this and wait on that. Stop waiting. You've been waiting long enough. Now is the time to get going. Now is the time to get the momentum. Now is the time to do the marketing. Now is the time to get the packaging done. Now is the time to put out the content. Now is the time. There's been this study's out right now that says the next 5 years is going to be when the most millionaires are created. Don't you want to be part of that? Why wouldn't you want to be part of that? I don't know. Why wouldn't you want to be? If the most millionaires are going to be created over the next 5 years, you should be part of that, right? More people are going online to learn. More people are going online for programs. More people are going online to get the skills that they need. You need to be right there positioned in a way where they say, yo, I want to go to you. And even if your ambition is not to make $1 million, wouldn't you be happy with an extra 10K a month, 20K a month, 40K a month, 50K a month? It's up to you. It's your life. It's your business. You can do whatever you want to do. I just look at myself as an accelerant because I've been doing this for so long, and we've already helped over 200 plus people in this program. You know what I mean? So like I've helped a lot of people and we've done it a lot. So we're doing it a lot, and you're learning from somebody who's doing it in real time. That's the cool part. Right? I've been full time in this business since 2020. So you're learning from somebody who's literally doing it, right? I'm not the guru at the top of the mountain that was doing this 2 years ago, and I'm teaching you old strategies that worked 2 years ago. You're learning from somebody who's doing it in real time, right in front of your very own eyes, right now, full time, 5 years, still doing it. And we got our clients doing it. Many of them are already full time. Many of them are already making 4 or 5 figures a month, 3 figures a month, right? We got folks that are already full time doing this. You know what I mean? So at this point, we've already got the system to be able to make this happen and get it done. You know what I mean? So you're learning from somebody who's doing it real time. So focus on getting the ball rolling. Focus on going to the next step. Focus on keeping up the momentum. Focus on continuing to take the action. But you got to get going. You can't give yourself a reason on why you can't do it. You can't allow yourself to go back into your comfort zone. You have to continue to take those steps. And if it's hard for you to do it, this is why we're here. This is why we have the group. And this is why, I give you opportunities to ask me questions. So like when I say things like put coach me in the comments, then utilize that, because that gives you the ability to have myself to be able to look at what you're doing and give you feedback. Now, that doesn't mean you automatically, going to get enrolled into the program, or I'm even going to make a recommendation, because I do not make a recommendation for everybody to join us, because we have certain criteria for you to be able to join us. But with that being said, you should at least have somebody that that you can at least have a conversation with that gets you going on the right path. All right. And that's the kind of community that we have created. All right. So go ahead and put coach me below. If you want to have a conversation about that. By the way, if you're watching a replay, I would love to see that. So go ahead and put hashtag replay. And I'd love to know that you came back later and you watched this as well. With that being said, continue to be great. I'm going to see you on the next Mentorship Monday. Other than that, if you want to have a conversation with me, go ahead and put coach me below. Don't give yourself any reasons not to get the ball rolling. This is your time. This is your year. All right. With that being said, continue to be great. And remember, slow motion is better than no motion. Let's work.